Hello everyone, it's Andy Glen here from Sharks TV, and I'm joined by Sharks' first but also most recent signing. It's Craig Peacock. Craig, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Thanks, Andy. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. And I say the most recent signing because it's just been announced that you're going to skate for the Sharks. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's exciting, you know. It was a lot to think about and took some convincing and you know, working out through the summer. But when I kind of was working with Martin and JT to put the team together and stuff and seeing what we were doing, it was hard to turn down the opportunity to actually put my skates on this year.
Is that how it came about? You just building the team and Martin and JT are giving you the pressure to put the skates back on?
Yeah, the pressure kind of came from all angles. It originated right when I took the job as the GM. The question from the ownership came up, "Well, are you going to play?" And my first answer was no. No, I'm not playing. I'm not going to play. But the ownership and the coaches, and just as kind of the months and stuff progressed, and looking at it, it was too exciting not to be a part of it on the ice and off the ice. Obviously, I love the game still, and you know, still felt I had some stuff in the legs, and I'm ready and excited. And like I say, the team that's been put together, it was somewhat an easy decision for me to just say, okay, I'll be a part of that too.
I mean, I have to say now that you've signed, and I don't mean to pump your tires, as it were, here, but you now signing as well. The team's looking really strong now. What's your thoughts on the team as it stands just now?
Yeah. I mean, I think we're going to be really, really competitive. The work that Matt and JT and myself early doors have done and putting the team together. We got three great North American imports. We got the experience of somebody like John Dunbar. His pedigree speaks for itself, and Olivier and Nolan coming in, two guys straight out of Canadian University, and we see guys go from that league straight into the elite league, so they're going to have good quality, and I know they're both really excited to be here and make their mark on the pro game. And then obviously Martin's worked with all the Scottish boys in Dumfries for years and years and years, and we've added pieces like Mason and Curtis from down south too. So even Callum McGill, there's two other boys who got North American experience. So when you look at our roster, it's really exciting. I don't think teams will be taken as lightly, and I also think teams might be out to get us as the new boys, and they're not going to want us coming in and having our way in the league. So it's going to be a fun challenge.
Absolutely, these pre-season friendlies are going to be really important for us. I mean, you're talking about all the players. The more you talk, and now thinking the clan guys. You've got yourself, John Dunbar, Liam Stenton, that all played together last season. You've got Kel Beattie. You've got so many good players, and that doesn't. I'm not even mentioning the players from last season that done so well with the Sharks. But those pre-season games are going to be a real marker to see where we are, see where we compare.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be interesting. I mean, those names that you just mentioned, and then you even throw Barry McKenzie in the mix. We've got that elite league experience on our
Yeah.
squad, but then obviously the Scottish boys who have been doing so well for the Sharks over the years and have been knocking on that door, waiting for the opportunity to show what they can do at this level. And that time's finally come. So we've organised two tough tests in pre-season. Leeds obviously won two trophies last year, and Sheffield are always competitive in that league. So I think that's what we wanted. We didn't want just kind of an easy game or so to start. Like, we want to go in and we want to test ourselves straight away in preseason and find out what we're up against. And everyone on our roster can get a look at the level and the competition that we're going to be playing at this year, because it's going to be demanding on the boys. There's going to be a lot of travel for us and a lot more games than they're used to as well. So it's going to be a big ask, but everyone's excited. All the boys have been speaking to them through the summer and getting back on the ice with them here recently too, and everyone's come in good shape. They've been working hard in the summer, and they're raring to go, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
I think one of the common things that I picked up when interviewing all the guys is some of the more experienced guys are really keen to pass on that experience to the younger guys, and equally the younger guys are saying, "I'm a sponge, I'm ready. Just help me out here." That mix It's going to be huge, and you've got folks like, I mean, you're talking elite again. You've got Scotty Henderson coming back, and all these players. Every time you look at the roster, you see somebody else, and you think it's going to be a great season for them, a breakout season for them. I can understand why you couldn't leave it alone. Surely it was just you had to be part of it. Surely.
Yeah, I mean, even you just saying there and us talking here for the last few minutes, every time we start a new paragraph, new conversation here, we think of a new name, and it's an exciting name that's on our roster and somebody that's going to make a difference. So, yeah, the more I looked at it and the more the team started coming together and the more the owners pushed me and the coaches pushed me and kept bugging me to ask if I'd lace them up again this year. I have to say I had to speak to my wife to make sure that that was okay, because I told her I'd retired, obviously. So, we were maybe getting weekends back, but I've told her she's going to have to delay that for another 8 months or so, or however long this season's going to be. But she's excited for me too. And like you say, when you look at that roster, it's something that excites me. I think we're going to come in and compete straight away. Everyone plays hockey to win as well, right? And it's another shot for me to try and win something. I'm not saying we're definitely going to come in and win something this year, but I do think we're going to come in and surprise a few people and put ourselves in the mix and ask the questions of the other teams around us, and really challenge them and show them that the Scottish team's here to stay.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm going to be the first person to say, surely it's going to be longer than 8 months, Craig. Come on, we can have another season, and well, I'm looking at next season already. Come on.
No, they had to convince me to do it this year. I don't think I could convince me to do another one. But it was a funny thing. Obviously, I made my decision at the end of the season last year, and when I made that decision, this wasn't a thing. Like, I wasn't involved in the Sharks. The Sharks weren't moving up to the National League, so I was kind of at peace with my decision, and stepped away when I thought I wanted to step away. And then you fast forward kind of a month and a half, 2 months, all of a sudden I'm the GM at this club, and now I'm getting excited about what we're building, and the ownership are asking the question, and coaching staff are asking the question, and I love the game still, and I couldn't say no to one more year.
Could you imagine sitting in the stands watching the guys when all that excitement? I mean, it would have just been torture, surely.
Yeah, I've never been a good spectator, actually, and I hadn't really even thought about that just as a GM at how I'd feel at that moment. But yeah, you bringing it up, I think back to times when you've been injured and you're watching your team play, and it's awful. So I imagine I would have had the same feeling as a GM. But luckily enough, I'm going to be out there right next to the boys every night and going to war with them. So
we're absolutely delighted to hear that news. How's it been as GM? Been a nice, quiet, close season. Not really much have been happening, has there?
No, it's been dragging on, actually. That's one of the funny things me and John Dunbar talk about quite a lot, is when I was just a player, the summers they dragged on for me, and they seemed to take forever to get to the point where it was at least preseason. And now, well, I'm on both sides of it now, but more so being on the GM side, it's been a busy summer, and there's been a lot going on. A lot of time has been invested into this and into the club, and into the team about what's going to happen this year. So, I wouldn't mind a few more weeks of the summer, but I'm also excited to get on the ice and start playing. So it's a double-edged sword for me.
Have you enjoyed being GM?
Yeah, it's great. I'm learning every day. The main thing for me was obviously staying involved in hockey. So the fact that the ownership gave me this opportunity in this role, I couldn't be more grateful for that. And they're three great people to learn off of. Even working with Martin and JT, I'm learning stuff off of them every day as well too. And then obviously having John Dunbar come on board, somebody I know well and a good friend of mine. So having him there by my side makes things easier. But yeah, I've loved every day. It's been an absolute roller coaster so far, and I'm excited for the first preseason game here, and then hopefully it's going to be smooth sailing for the season throughout.
Has there been any surprises in your new role?
Surprises every day, Andy. Every day.
What's been the biggest surprise then?
Oh gosh, I can't even pinpoint one, but just the amount of work it takes to get a team together, especially at this level, the logistics of everything.
Yeah.
Just it's given me a new appreciation. Now I'm on the other side of it. When I was just a player, I'd show up in August or whenever preseason was, and you just expect everything to be there and everything runs smoothly. You never really stop to think about the hard work and the preparation that goes in the summer months to get it to that point. So yeah, I've got a new appreciation for the behind the scenes, and even the volunteers that are helping our club. It doesn't run without them. So not to say I didn't appreciate volunteers before I knew how much work they did. But just the logistics of getting a hockey team together and everything that comes with it, it's been an eye opener. But it's been a journey that I've really enjoyed so far.
Yeah, everybody's got a part to play, and if one part's broken, something goes wrong. Tape doesn't turn up magically, and sticks are the right sizes and all that. That all happens by magic, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I've had quite a few different hats on so far this summer, so I've dabbled in everything and got a bit of experience in every part of the business, we'll say. But like I say, I wouldn't change it. It's been a hell of a summer. It's been the quickest summer of my life, to be perfectly honest. And I'm excited, obviously, as a player and also as a GM to kind of see the product that we're bringing.
What you've been most proud of so far this summer? Are you in your new role?
Um, I mean, when you look at the team that we've assembled, I think that's kind of the big one. That's the reason people are going to walk through the door and come and watch us play. If we can put an exciting product on the ice, then that should hopefully bring the crowd in and keep them in for the weeks to come. So then that's credit to Martin and JT as well. As well. All the credit to them essentially. They're the coaches and but just to work alongside them and have a small input, and that was exciting for me. But then just everything that's been going on behind the scenes. The owners work tirelessly to make sure that this is going to go as well as it can, and we're realistic. We know we'll probably make a few mistakes along the way this season, but we'll hold our hands up when we do, and we'll try and correct those. And we just want it to be a club that people can continue to be proud of, keep that community feel, and just elevate the Sharks. And even I've obviously spent a lot of time in Dumfries this summer, so it seems that there seems to be more awareness about the team and the club. For sure, there seems to be that excitement, that buzz. So we're quite proud that we're bringing that into Dumfries as well, and we're starting to reach those people that maybe they've never come to a game, they've just heard about it, but everyone seems to be interested in coming to a game this year. So if we can keep the people coming through the door every week, we'll be really happy.
He's done a great job so far. Absolutely brilliant so far. Right, who's looking really good in practice? Players are either here or, well, everybody will be here by the time this interview goes out, but at the time of recording, people will be flying in from all over. Who's been on the ice? Who's looking good?
Everyone's looking good, Andy. I'm not
No,
going to
name
pick.
names. Come on, that's no use.
No. I can't have any favourites being a GM and a teammate. I need to tread a careful line right now. So,
all right, everybody's looking great.
Yeah, no, they are. I mean, you can see the excitement in the room and on the ice, and it's not been official practices, if you want to call them that, but everyone's out there and the attention to details there, and the coaches are already harping on that attention to detail. And like I say, it's not even an official practice yet. Those obviously start next week at the time of recording. So it's good to see, boys don't have to be there at this point in the summer, but everybody's kind of showing up and putting the work in early, and they're ready and they're chomping at the bit.
That sounds brilliant. Right, last question. Well, the last point, as I always say, message to the fans. What's the message to the fans?
Just thanks for your support so far through the summer. The fans are the reason we do this, and the fans are the reason why the club exists. So, thanks for all the support. Keep coming out in your numbers. Keep, getting involved with us on social media, whatever it is. Coming to our event on Friday. I know this will come out after the event, but things like that, when we put events on, come and tell your friends, tell everybody, tell your neighbor, whoever it is, try and get a new person to a game if you can. And, we want to make sure that the rink's as busy as it can be for these preseason games and leading into the first league game at this level, because as it keeps being said, we're not here to take part, we're here to take over.
Fantastic. Look, thanks so much for talking to me. Thanks so much for signing for the Sharks and for playing this season, Craig. We're so looking forward to it. By the time this goes out, it will be about a week, less than a week before our first game. We just cannot wait to be there. And as you've said, let's share this and let's get everybody along to the ice bowl. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.